screen first. My light gave me some trouble, so if it starts flickering, I guess it's adios. So what did we get at the Dollar Tree today? Let's go through this stuff before we get to it. Batteries, because I did a review and I realized that my vehicle thing does not have batteries in it. Toothbrushes, not for my teeth, but for the Mod Podge, because I thought, gosh, I don't want to use paintbrushes. Plus, I'm just swiping it on there. I'm not painting details. So they actually have Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree, which I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. So wish I'd known about that. I did get paintbrushes before. I bought the toothbrushes, but I need paintbrushes anyway. I always need paintbrushes. And I've never used one of these. I hope they're good. Of course, I'm always going to look at the Hot Wheels. This one caught my eye. It looks like something from the Blues Brothers. Oh, okay. This one also caught my eyes. 1948. Willie's Jeepster. I know today's not Wheels Wednesday, but I'm going to do a Matchbox theme. So 1968 Chevy C10. So look for those soon. There are also these baskets. And a lot of people like these baskets. Let me get myself some more room if I go there. My cat's been laying around being, well, I have 5 cats, but one of them, Tom, I'm not sure what's going on with me. He seems depressed lately. He's constantly like wanting to stay in with me. He doesn't go out. It's almost like, do you not have any friends your own age? I feel like a mommy going, we need to get you some friends. I kind of feel bad for him. I feel like he's, I don't know. And my mom's like, this could just be the heat. He might just be, you know, overtaken by the heat just like we are. And he just had a bad experience outside and doesn't want to go back out. I finally got him to go out yesterday for an hour. And today he's out there. I said, well, I'll check you on in 2 hours. Just go on out. You know, he went out. Hopefully have fun. I know it's so hot and he's so used to running around the woods and catching animals, but no, poor thing. So I need to give him some cat nip to nip him up a little bit. All right, so this storage box. They have them in 4 fruity flavors. There's like strawberry. There's only one color that's actually manly, I guess, and that is the indigo colored one. It's kind of an indigo color. It's very dark. It's indigo to me. It looks like it. Midnight blue, if you want to call it that. I like this one. I thought it was really kind of cool. So if you don't know anything about these, they are collapsible boxes. And I know I've seen them and I got some before, but I never thought about using them for action figures until Wilhelm was using them. I was like, oh. See, I just don't think like that a lot of times. And I guess I should think more like that. But I think of it as like, hey, it's a nice color box that I could put stuff in. So, but this particular one is not looking as Darth Vader-ish or the Death Star-ish as the gray one they had before. This one's a little bit more, you know, solid. Not as many holes in it. Nice color of blue. There's a checkerboard on the bottom. So you can play a limited name and a game of chess in it. So can you put your action figures in it? I was thinking about that too. Like I was going to put, maybe where all my action figures are, kind of give them a kind of a limitation how far out they're coming closer and closer to me. And I'm like, maybe I should give them a limitation of how far they can come out to me. So I was thinking about what can I put out there, but then that also gives them too much shadow in my opinion. I don't know. So yeah, you can put your figures in it. The height, the maximum height for a figure to go this way, and it usually is, I remember not these, but the other ones I used to keep, they look like little miniature crates, like milk crates. I used to put DVDs in them this way. So this way they're about just barely 6 inches. So if you have a 6-inch figure, you could probably squeeze them in there. Or not. Hey, figure fever. I thought I was going to say figure forever. So let me just lay him down there. So, it's really not 6 inches that way. Or at least maybe Zartan's more, not Zartan. Tester is more than 6 inches. All right, and of course that means it's about 15 centimeters. All right, hey, thanks for the like. I thought they do. I was about to say, I think they buckle on the sides too to give them more, you know, sturdiness. And they may interconnect with each other, but I don't think so. Maybe that's for a different purpose. All right, so yeah, they also connect on the side to give them a little bit more strength. But I just like use them as a box to put things in because I like the colors on this. And plus, I don't know, just like having around. Maybe I'll put these figures in it when I get done. All right. And of course, if you aren't buying these, why not? They're great. I wanted to find a yellow one to put like a little island in the middle, kind of making a beach theme, or a stranded on an island theme. And then, of course, these would be great for a a base to put your spaceships in, like the shuttle bay. I'd like to get the ones you can stack on top of each other with the little pylons. I saw those on AliExpress and I was thinking about it, but oh well. Let's get to these figures. These are the figures that we came here for. Oh, one more thing. Let's do this real quick. So I know that I can buy slime for a lot cheaper. I don't really need to be buying slime, but it's so much fun sometimes. And I know these little dinosaurs are like a dime a dozen, literally. So, all right, let's see what kind of dino we got for dino aged. I felt around like I put back a plesiosaurus because he's the flattest one. I think I got one of these two. It's hard to tell because it's a I don't know what that one's called. Without my glasses on in the store, I thought it said Stegosaurus. Is like, that's definitely not a Stegosaurus. All right. Looks like I pulled the tab back and it's not going to come out as easy. Where's my Caesars? Caesars. Where's my Caesars? Here they are. Because I'm not going to keep it in the pouch anyway. I got the little plastic container there to put it in. So I've gotten these before. They're not bad at all. I don't know. I just have fun getting these things sometimes. It's a good type of... It's more like a... The DT in my house doesn't have a great selection compared to... Yeah, mine doesn't either. Everybody's been showing pictures of these things, and I've been going, I'm jealous because we never get anything good. I have to go to the one in town, which is 10 miles away, to get like my favorite cheese doodles. They're like the honey hot cheese doodles. I like this kind of slime. It's not really as slimy, and it's not... Well, it's kind of sticky, but it's very cool. It's very different. It's translucent, as opposed to just being... more powdery, I guess. I guess when you put more powder in the mix. Oh, look what I got. I got a... Well, it's not a Triceratops. It's the other one, the Styracosaurus. The one with just one horn, basically. Alright. Kind of like the one I had when I was a kid, my little pet. Alright, so this is the one I got. I like the coloration of them. They're not as like, the ones you get in the tube. They're just plastic and like fruity colors like red, yellow, green, whatever. But this is some good slime right here, and good enough to put my figures in and make them, oh no, we're being melted, or acid. It looks like acid. Plus, I am really excited about something coming out today. There are these things called battle tribes. They look like the same size as Imaginext. Finally, I found somebody on YouTube that has a comparison video of, he put an Imaginext figure right beside of it. They are very similar to each other, except Imaginext have bigger and more childish looking heads. I'm like, oh, I'm going to become addicted to these, because I've always liked Imaginext, except they are kind of on the bigger head, silly side. Speaking of bigger head, silly side, let's look at the new figures we got here. And how we're going to get them out of their contraptions with some fingernail clippers. We got Adventure Squad. We got, includes a rescue pack for this guy. They're all cybernetic almost. No, I like this one the best because she's a underwater person. So let's see what they have. He is the Emergency Medical Services. Tool of choice is a rescue pack. His special ability is Wrapped Restore. All right. And his name is Manuel. So we got the little packs on here. So we got the pack that's a small little red and white pack that's basically your basic metal, or your medical pack. Okay. All right, so let's see what the action figure has to offer us. The head is, oh, it's actually not connected under the head. You know how the necks usually go up into the head? I think like Final Faction more. Yeah, I mean, Final Faction unfortunately is dead, but I'm going to start grabbing as many of the monsters as I can because I love troop building those monsters, especially the ones that, I think they're called just drones. They're the coolest. I like those the best. So his head turns at the neck, and it doesn't quite go 360 degrees because of his collar. He's got kind of a hunchback thing going on. He's got screw holes for the back right here and here, which may be able to support... Well, I didn't expect it. I was thinking, like, what if he could support, like, a micronaut kind of things. His arm goes around 360 degrees. He's got some kind of indication there. It's the little asterisks. He's got asterisks on his metal arm, too. And on his medical arm, or his metal arm, he's got, like, a medical readout, kind of like Ratchet does on his chest. All right, so his hands, there's no articulation there. There's only 5 POA on these. The legs... can go up that much. Yeah, I know. I was sad about it too, but I think that's the official word that I've heard. But don't quote me on that because I've been known to be wrong, and I hope I am wrong because the last ones I saw for Final Faction are the elite gold ones or whatever. And even then, they only had six figures at first, but I got one the other day. I was like, whoa, there's like all of them now are in gold. So maybe they're still, I don't know. I know the comic book's dead, so it all, I don't know. I've heard, maybe I heard the comic book was dead. I hope it's not because I do like Final Faction, and it would be nice if they, now that they got everything on $3, $5 section, you know, they got those things. It'd be nice to see some Final Faction Elite, or actually, I got that name, Final Faction Deluxe, like with more articulation maybe, or I don't know. I mean, keeping it under $5 still for an action figure. Who's ever heard of that? I mean, it's like, you know, dollar stuff is disappearing because even the Dollar Trees are going to $1.50 is what I've heard. How tall are these? Because today is 3 3/4 day, but I doubt it's really 3 3/4 for these. They look a lot taller. All right, they are 12 centimeters tall for everybody else in the world. And for those of us who are in the United States, he is just under 5 inches tall. That means he might go well with the Star Trek figures. They're about that size. Like, here is a traditional. This is one of my favorite figures. I used to pretend like this was me because he has that bowl cut blonde hair like I used to have back in the day. All right, so he is 3 3/4 inches tall. This is from that, oh, what is that movie called? Titan AE. AE. Yeah, they have new GI Joes coming out. As far as, well, it's not GI Joes. It's like their version of GI Joes. They're inky dinky. They're not as good as. Okay, I'm back, but I'm having issues with the internet, so I don't know what's going on. So hopefully I will catch it before it disappears. It seems like I'm lagging out for some reason. All right, let's see what she looks like. Now, she's my favorite of them because, well, she's an ocean person. Although I do like cyborg stuff, so I mean, it's like, she doesn't appear to have any cybernetic implants, which is fine. I'm not 100% for it. Loved it on the planet. His named Bob. I don't remember that. I get a little bit of Titan AE mixed up with some other. What was that other one that was out at the same time where the guy was part of some pirate ship thing? Or is that Titan? I get Titan AE mixed up with something else. Oh, what was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. It was something. It was like the story of. I'm completely blanking out. It's a Disney story, but it's set in space. So, Treasure Planet. Thank you. Yes, I get those two mixed up all the time for some reason. So they're in my brains. They're interchangeable. I don't know why. So that's another one I like because. Anyway. All right, so did I even read her card? So distracted, I forgot to even read her card. So her name is, well, she includes Speed Muffins, oh no, Sweet Swim Fins. All right, her name is Marina. Oh, that kind of makes sense. And her skill is Deep Sea Rescue. Her tool of choice, Speed Swim Fins. And special ability is the Deep Dive. I don't know how she could do it without a mask on her face. I guess she just has a really good lung capacity. So, yeah, it's made for, these are probably made for kids, I'm guessing. This little hole in her back right here, and especially the way this one's designed, makes me wonder if there's going to be some attachments down the road like they did for the Final Faction figures. I'm wondering, will they attach something to these, like, add-on kits? I mean, that's a really good idea. So she stands up well. He doesn't have any holes in his feet, so he can't use the stand, but he stands well. All right, so she's about the same height. Let's look at her cop. Long arm of the law. It's crime fighting time. Did you guys hear that we're probably going to get some 3 3/4 from Fresh Monkey Fiction cops figures? I think that's what I heard, a rumor from people who went to Joe Fest. I'm like, oh, I love cops. You know, as much as I love 3 3/4 figures, I like figures to be more like in line with the originals, so I'm not having to rebuy everything. That's why I hated the He-Man's Classics that I got. I liked them, but I hate them at the same time. It was like, I'm going to have to rebuy everything to make it work. I wish they had done Origins instead. I would have jumped on that in a heartbeat. I was just so burned out after they did all that. And I had to rebuy everything. Everything. I don't know why I even did that. If they make them the same size as the original, there's no rebuying, and you can just keep on adding on to the lore and put out the stuff that people already had, but do like Origins and make it better. You know, I'll rebuy that, especially since most of my He-Man figures, I forgot to read it, most of my He-Man figures are, they're in permanent like squat position. They won't stand up anymore. That rubber band inside of them has been heated up over time. All right, this is Marshall. Right there's the name. I was about to say Manuel Marina Marshall. There's a theme going on with the letter M, but Freddie ruined it. All right, so his thing is, his skill is crime fighting. All right. Tool of choice, the long arm of the law. His special ability is catch 'em, cuff. All right. Got a lot of these little plastic things that I hate. All right, here he is. He's got the same articulation, of course. He can go around 360 degrees on his head. He can do a split, so go team. He could be the cheerleading squad. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show, but I was watching it this morning. I looked up, well, what was that TV show where the guy went back into the 80s and relived his life? And I only remember the first 2 episodes, but it was called Do Over. I watched it. It's on YouTube. I've been watching the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. There's only 15 episodes. And I watched the first 4 or 5 this morning. It was fantastic. Yeah, good old TV shows. It's actually from the year 2002. So this is his weapon of choice here. He's not cybernetic as far as I can tell, but he does use this thing. Now see, can he catch? You mispractice medicine. You're going to have to go to jail. Oh, no. Yeah. So it does grab around the waist of these guys. So there we go. Long arm of the law. It's crime fighting time. That is so cops right there. But look at their feet. They're huge feet. I like big boots, and I cannot lie. Anyway. And here we go with the firefighter. He's got a big old axe. But don't ask me about it. All right. So his includes firefighter, chief, axe. All right, so his skills are fire control. Okay. Tool of choice is the firefighter, chief, axe. And his special ability is the tidal wave. What? It sounds like he's playing in the pool or something. And he's the only one that has a non-M name. They could have named him Maverick or, I don't know, that they gave him the name Freddy. Freddy the firefighter. Makes sense. All right, my axe has a little bit of paint smear on there. There's a white thing right there, which is perfectly fine because that looks more realistic. But then there's also a little bit of a paint mishap right here. And then paint right there. So it's got a few paint mishaps on it. There was one of the cops, it looked like the yellow was just sprayed all over him. Like it was like speckled all over his chest. I was like, all right, let me pull him down. The next one was almost as bad. This was the 3rd one on the peg that I got to. So just saying, be careful what you mind. Don't just happen to grab them and buy them. Make sure you check them. Of course, if you're a painter and you're going to repaint them, I guess it's okay. I was thinking, like, he's missing a lot of color right there, it seems like. Like his red shirt, I don't know. I feel like he needs to be red right here. Red run. All right, and this guy has an arm on this. Like, okay, so these 2 guys have different types of arms. And on different sides. So yes, these are very cops meets rescue heroes. I think his axe should probably go on his left hand so he can really do some heavy duty chopping. Of course, when you think about it, unless he's got a reinforced spine, it ain't going to help him. I used to think that about the Bionic Man every time he lifted a car up. I'm going, he just crushed his spine in real life. Even as a kid, I understood that. All right, so he's got the same articulation. And they got this really interesting feeling. Maybe it's just that the plastic's still powdered or something. They kind of got like this softer plasticky feel to them. Let me see the tolerances of the bending of them. You can, you know, there's some like stretchiness to them. They're not very rigid plastic, which is fine by me. I mean, that's fine. The chest is the most rigid piece. Possibly the head is just as rigid, but these arms, you could tell it's a completely different plastic between the 2 of them. So guys, there's only 2 of you left now. Do you think you're gonna buy these or purchase them when you see them at the $1.25 tree? I thought it said $1.50 tree. I guess I'm getting used to that idea. And are you going to get some slime to go on? It's slime fighting time. Because he's got to get his oil bath in order to get his arm fixed. There we go. That's some good slime right there. All right, so thanks for watching. If there's any questions, I mean, if you want me to like, oh, what did they have? Do they have this on their feet? Maybe I'm missing something. Like maybe you want to find out if they're like their feet have holes in them, or how big are their feet, or any questions you have at all, let me know. I'm trying to make sure. I personally like to cover the height of them. They're all the same height, and again, that's about 12 centimeters. All right, thanks, Figure Fever. So I need to check out your channel. Do you do a lot of Vicar reviews? Because I'm just, like today, I'm going to try to get some of these figures called battle tribes, and so I'm like, you know, I'm always trying to find new things, and that's going to be something exciting. So yeah, but this is one of my favorite figures. That's why I'm going to put on my table right here. And then he's got like a little baby dinosaur to play with. Sure. It's like my dinosaur. He hasn't eaten in a while. All right. Well, I don't think I can do anything for him. He's dead, Jim. He's dead. All right. Toy hunts and recent pickups. This is kind of a toy hunt video, sort of. I try to do those live, and then I do the reviews a little bit more in depth. But I figured, you know, these are $1.25 toys. I'm not sure anybody's going to be terribly interested in them. But we'll see. I don't know. I think they're fascinating. I think they're cool. I think there's a lot of stuff I'm going to have to clean up afterwards. All right. Oh, you know what? I wonder if he's in the same scale with this one. This is a video. Yeah, because like I said, for mine, I didn't get them for a long time. And suddenly, today they were there. So I was like, yes. And back to school stuff, too, which I'm like, we're a beach. People at the beach don't want to see school stuff. They want to like, oh, yeah, when I get back. Especially as kids have to go to year-round schools. Yeah, they're about the same size as the original Toy Biz X-Men. So if you want some Toy Biz figures, there we go. Of course, this is a guy with his head in the clouds, literally. So that's a pretty good little comparison there, sort of. Kind of like Rescue Heroes for Toy Biz figures. And I'm starting to get back into Toy Biz figures because I'm like, Marvel Legends has just burned me out. Plus, they're too big anyway. All right, so that review, I'll try to finish that up today because I got batteries to put in it. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool pairing. I mean, I try to always find out like what universe they go in, and for me, the 3 3/4 is the human universe, then the superhero universe is the X-Men / Secret Wars / Superpowers universe. And if it's a robot, it really doesn't matter what size they are. This is how things happen over time. This is I took him out of the package. He's not been out of the package since 1997, and he is his glue is basically falling off. It's like it's not holding anymore. All right. Well, any other questions real quick? Because I wanted to make sure I don't leave anything up in the air and not trying to get better at this reviewing thing. All right, and it's gonna be really hot today, so be careful, guys. So we got both a heat warning and then a thunderstorm warning. So I'm like, which one are we gonna have? Because I don't know. I guess we're gonna get a lot of heat, and then we're gonna get a thunderstorm. But it's hazy outside, and it's hot. You have a safe day, and I will catch you guys later. I'll try to check out Figure Fever's channel. Just leave a comment down below, and then I can click on your link to get to you quicker. Because if I look up Figure, oh, crap, is it Figure Fever? I might find something completely different. Like, who knows? I mean, I try to find people's channels all the time, and I can't find some of them. Oh, you know what? I just realized maybe. Nope, that does not go in the back. And his little medical pack, that's a sure thing to get lost. All right, have a great day. And remember, it's 3 3/4 day today.